Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and finally we have our first teaser for Joker 2, Folie, Deux, and it does not disappoint. Of all the talk of this being a musical, I can understand now where this is going, and I think it is brilliant, and the trailer only makes me want to see this movie more. Yes, I was cautiously skeptical about the information coming out before we got our first look, but I said I would put my faith in Phoenix and Phillips and Gaga, and what I see looks amazing. The first thing that struck me was the color patterns being used. The shades of blue that populate Arthur's world are normally associated with depression in some circles, but they can also represent tranquility and calmness, and that's the feeling I get from seeing Arthur in most of this trailer. He is somebody, now, after the events of Joker, who is seen. Remember, his biggest issue was that he was not sure if he even existed because no one paid any real attention to him. Now, he's a famous symbol of the class struggle within Gotham City. So the blues, especially when he is walking through Arkham, flanked by 4 guards, makes me think he's in a place that is, for him, in his mind at least, a happier one. The other color that is prominent is this golden yellow, and it is mostly used when Harley is in frame. When Arthur first sees her, when she makes the hand movement of a gun to her head, or when they're running away from an explosion. Now, yellow is typically associated with cowardice, and this could symbolize Arthur's fear of trying to relate to a woman he likes, because his last attempt went so well with Sophie in the first film. But this yellow is also a golden yellow, which is also used to symbolize luxury and quality, reputation, sophistication, elegance. And when you have these words in mind, a lot of these big set pieces that we get a glimpse of do put off a vibe of being famous and being influential and being elegant and sophisticated, something that Arthur knows he is incapable of with his particular ailment of uncontrollable laughter. So I really like how Phillips and his creative team are trying to clue the audience in using these visuals. The other thing that this trailer tells us is that Harley is a patient in Arkham, not a therapist. Arthur's therapist is a man in a quick scene that we get a glimpse of, so it looks like they are changing Harley's character to sort of match Arthur's status and situation, making it a little bit more realistic in terms of how these two people would actually find each other and fall in love. As well, she seems to be Arthur's muse, the one steering him in whatever direction he is going. She encourages Arthur to leave the movie, and she is the one that, at the end of the trailer, encourages Arthur to show his true self. Finally, after all that I've said, the one thing everyone needs to remember is that the Joker, especially this version, the Arthur Fleck version, is an unreliable narrator. You cannot trust what you see through Arthur's eyes. You do not know if what you're seeing is reality or if he's making it up inside of his head, which is what we saw in the first film. This trailer is almost entirely through Arthur's eyes. From seeing it now a couple of times, I think most of this story will take place within Arkham, except for a few parts, and one of those will be Arthur's trial, which is why we get all of those shots outside of Gotham's courthouse in this trailer. So, the questions become, are we going to be viewing a film that is, for the majority of it, just a lucid hallucination of Arthur's? And maybe Harley really is a therapist that Arthur has developed some sort of infatuation with and is creating an idealized fantasy about her? Or are we going to get a dual story with Arthur's psychosis weaved in with Harley's reality? Like I predicted, this first trailer was going to answer some questions, but it would leave us with a whole lot more. What it also left us with was this, at least in my opinion, that the follow-up to the highest grossing R-rated comic book movie in history is doing all that it can to live up to expectations. With that, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And be sure to click on the thumbnail to check out my review of episode 5 of the X-Men 97 animated series and my breakdown of the potential villain of the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine film, Cassandra Nova. Thank you for watching, and from south of the border, I am still your reluctant gringo. Salud and a huevo.